So actually have, who do I have? Tanko Tanko Rashid Computer is Deputy Director of Elections for the National Democratic Congress. Doc, you're welcome to Situation Room on Citi TV. Your party has been making the case for why the extension should be allowed. I was just saying there that I think the extension is necessary for purposes of continuous registration, but not necessarily to say that we're going to do another extension for 5 days or 10 days. Explain to me why your party thinks that should be the route.
Well, if you look at the CI, the framers actually envisage continual registration. But for one or two reasons, the Electoral Commission has not been doing that exercise because they wanted to bring in a new CI, which it could not materialize at the parliamentary level. So now the current CI doesn't make room for continual registration. It makes room for limited registration. So that's why we are doing this limited registration and mass registration. Now what has happened is that if you look at the current limited registration that we embarked on, 2 days, they didn't do any better job at all. They had serious challenges with the registration. The first day, that's 7th May and 8th May. In fact, almost 20 districts could not even register a soul on the 7th May when the registration started.
20 districts?
Almost 20 districts.
In which regions?
Oh, Greater Accra 1, Kolekule couldn't register. Lambusi and Upper West couldn't register. And a lot of them, I could count a lot of them, they couldn't register a soul because machines problem, network challenges, and they couldn't register. The following day, they had the same problem, breakdown of gadgets and network challenges. It was the third day that when they resorted to the offline, that they had opportunity to register and then move on. But we are saying that nonetheless, they have a projection. They also have a projection. Their projection is about 623,000. That's what they are looking at. Then our running mate, Professor Nana, was saying that, look, because we lost the first 2 days, they should make adjustments on that so that people can register. Well, we are looking at the number. We are monitoring the figures from our department vis-a-vis with what is coming from the Electoral Commission. Despite the wrong figures they have been churning out, we have the figures, and they know that we have the figures. So we are all monitoring them.
What do you mean by wrong figures? Which of the figures have been wrong, the ones they've churned out?
Oh, Omar, you remember there are 4 days figures that they churn out. When they brought in day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 figures, we were able to discover discrepancies in the figures. We saw it. We told Ghanaians about it, and my boss wrote on his timeline about the discrepancies.
Have they fixed it? Have they since fixed it?
Oh yes, they fixed it on the 12th May, the following day. They fixed it. They corrected those figures.
So now the figures that they produce, do these figures correspond with what you are also tallying?
Oh yes, the one they fixed on the 12th May corresponds effectively with what we have. But there was some swapping of figures from 2 regions, Oti region and Bono East. They swapped the day's figures. And then we asked them that your corrected figures, you swapped the day 2 for day 3 Oti region, as well as day 2 for day 3 for Bono East, and therefore they need to reverse those figures. But if you look at the totals and all the other regions, it was okay.
But have they done this correction of the swapping that you talked about?
As we speak now, they have not brought out any new daily data again, apart from the challenge one they brought, and we saw the wrong figures they came out again on the challenge form that they received.
Okay.
They have tactically run away from their daily figures that they used to bring out for people to monitor daily registration figures, because they now fear that the kind of figures they are bringing out are being monitored closely. And then, their last press conference, they indicated they are even changing the staff who are working on the histogram, the pie charts and bar charts for them, that they have changed them because of the embarrassment they have faced over the period. And so we are closely monitoring what is going on over there.
So how many days or how many, if they were to accept the request to extend, by how many days would you want 2 days?
Umar, we have not officially requested for an extension of the days, but we are saying that it's premature for the Electoral Commission as of now to say they are not extending the days.
Okay.
Because ideally what they needed to do was to wait for about 48 hours to the close of the exercise. So that we look at the figures, the numbers. Already they have slated 29th of this month for IPAC meeting. They sent us a letter requesting that we should come for IPAC meeting on 29th and then to look at the register and other incidentals that will follow after the registration. That tells you that they are not ready to do any extension.
I see.
They want to go by that item. Nonetheless, we are looking at the figures. We know that the projected figures we are thinking should be around 700 to 800. But they are thinking of 623,000.
You are around 700, 800,000.
Yes, that is what, because if you
when their target was 630,000 or so.
Yes, they are looking at 623,000. But you don't start the electoral commission targets, because if you look at the last one, the 2023, their target was 700,000. Our target was 1 million. Finally, they registered 993,000. Yeah. Very close to our target.
Yeah.
Way above their target. So electoral commission, anytime they put out their target, don't track it.
Maybe they don't want to be overly ambitious. And again, the last time when they overshot or they outperformed their target, they said that was an impressive thing and we should commend that too.
They told him, you don't go and make a low target, and then when you go above that one, then you want to praise yourself. Knowing the figures that you have on the table, because you didn't do registration 2021, you didn't do registration 2022, and you're doing registration 2023, you were expecting to have large numbers coming, because the influx of 2021 and 2023 will come to 2023. And so they should have known that the target that we're looking for was way below. And so we knew that they were going to have large numbers, and that's why we targeted 1 million. They came closer to it.
Talking about large numbers, before you came on the air, we were looking at the data that was released by the EC. The area that had the most challenge is your stronghold, your base, the Volta region. So many people were challenged, more than any of the regions or all of the regions. Not all of them put together, but that region had the highest number of challenge. Does it mean you brought a lot of Togolese to come and register?
Sanda, your guess is as good as mine. They have told their people to challenge all manner of persons with names. They are not challenging of age. They are not challenging of residents. Either they are resident or ordinary residents. They are just challenging of their names. That's what we have seen. And so we have deployed our lawyers to go and sit at the DRRC. The fact that the person is bearing the name that you don't understand, or the person cannot speak any of their Akan languages, that's why they are challenging them. They didn't know that the other language they also have differences among them, the way they speak. It's just like when you come to Northern region. Dagbani, when I speak Dagbani and somebody is speaking Mampurli, I understand. And when somebody is speaking Nanumba, the person will understand, because the three of us, we are from the same lineage. But the fact that the person is Nanumba, the Dagomba, and then the Mampurli, doesn't make them different. It's just a name. So if you go to Everland, they also have similar things. So when you call them Ever, they have different donations among themselves. Now they're just saying that they should go on spree. Just the challenge spree. And that's why it has accounted for this.
Are you going to retaliate? Are you going to retaliate this challenge spree thing in their strongholds too?
Oh no, we are following the law.
Okay.
We are following the law. For instance, I have been to Tatali in upper northern region, the border town. I've gone to Pusiga area to check some of this and the NIA people are doing over there. And I've instructed my officers there to challenge the people they are bringing out there, because clearly you will see that these are foreigners.
Okay.
And
but you've forgotten that Pusiga, Tatalis, and Guli, they are also on the border with the Republic of Togo. And the ethnicities may be the same as you have in the southern part of the country. I'll
give you an example. The person is coming to say he's going to register. He mentioned a community. And you see that the community is mentioned. It's a Togolese town. He mentioned a Togolese town. It's not a Ghanaian town.
But that's not what's happening. That's not what is happening in K2 South and all the constituencies along the road.
That is not it. And for them, they are just challenging names.
Very well.
And titles.
Okay.
And also, we are looking at the age bracket, especially the challenges in Ashanti region. We are looking at the ages, the minors who are given fake Ghana cards and they have been enrolled into the register.
Okay.
Well, she's telling them. That's why they're holding Ghana cards.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Dr. Rashid Computer. He's Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC.